Welcome to DWBIADDA channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we'll be learning about the different options that work around our filtered to and filtered out data from our filter pane visualization. So basically what we're going to do in this lesson is that we're going to work around some bar charts and some line charts, and we're going to figure out how we can work around with filtered data and unfiltered data, how we can view unfiltered data even though it has been filtered out, and how we can work around those options in our settings. So let's get right to it. Let's go to our Tibco spotfire. Over here we have a bar graph available over here, which suggests the region and the profit per region, the sum profit. So we have got Asia, Europe, and North America with its stance over here. Let's just go ahead and open our filters. When we open our filters, we can segregate our dates and our unit cost and our price. One thing that you might notice is that when you change the value of any filter over here, it affects the y-axis. For example, if I change the value of the unit cost, as you can see, it has changed the y-axis over here. So that is something that I might need to work around with. Another thing you'll notice is that it works for almost every visualization in our bar chart itself. As you can see, when you're working around with order quantity, after you remove the order, after you increase an order quantity of 806, you can see it limits itself to Asia and North America, which suggests that Europe, even though it has a high unit cost or price, it can it still has a limited order quantity. So let's get right to this. Let's go to our settings over here and go to our appearance. In our appearance, we have the option of showing shadows indicating our unfiltered data. So let's click on that and see what happens. So right now, as you can see, we have this area shadowed out, which is the background of the data, and that is something that is called the neglected data that has been shadowed out. However, we have to work around our unit costs. So what we do is that even though we've changed the scale over here, you'll notice that the scale hasn't changed over here. This is what happens when you shadow your unfiltered data. You can look at the unfiltered data available in the shadows in the background. So that's a basic shadow that we have. We have unfiltered that data. Maybe I want to work around the unit cost on my data over here. Now, even though I've taken out a lot of the unit cost available over here, I can see that it still scales down all the way till here instead of scaling down the values on the y-axis. This is sometimes very useful if you want to suggest for example, what the sum of profit was at a certain date, let's suppose in between these dates, in comparison to the whole data. For example, if a data analyst suggests that on the 6th of October on 2014, the it, highest sales were recorded. So we can easily suggest that the highest sales were basically a big part of whole sales ever recorded. See, that's another way a data analyst would analyze this data. Another thing that we can do, let's just create another bar chart, is that we can go to our appearances. Let's just make this into region and the profit. So we've got the same data over here. Another thing that we can do is that instead of clicking on appearance over here, we can go to subsets over here. And in subsets, we can click on the subsets that we need to compare, which include the not in current filtering. So let's suppose that if I click on this and I close this and I filter my data, as you can see, what happens is that the data that is unfiltered over here is in blue and the data that is filtered is in red. So current filtering suggests the values of red, as you can see. But there's a difference. When you hover over this area, you can view the sum profit and the tooltip values. However, that does not happen when you hover over a shadow area. So this is much more helpful. When you go back to your settings and go to your subsets, you can always have the option of clicking and moving this up or down the scale. So maybe if I move this down, this is what I'm suggesting. I want to look at the filtered data on top and the unfiltered data on the bottom. That is, of course, up to my convenience and, uh, of course, what I want. So before we move on, you also have the option of editing your option over here, and this is something we're going to be learning about in the line graph, which is the deactivate or highlighting a marking for this subset. So let's just close all of this. Let's close these visualizations and let's create a line chart. So here I have a line chart. It's pretty clear, and what I want is I want the channels or the manufacturer, and I want to switch the scales over here. So I'll just go to my y-axis. I can always change it from my y-axis option, or I can just go over here and change the manufacturer from here and change the order quantity from here. So as you can see, I can limit my data accordingly. I can always also add more options. I can add the channels. I can add the regions. I can add cities. I can add country. Let's just add more options. Let's add channel. Let's add region as well so that we can compare all of this data. So here we have it. We have different types of data available. And as you can see, it's easy to work around with our selective data available over here. And we can easily go and select or deselect options over here. So let's suppose that we're deselecting all these manufacturers over here. All the manufacturers and all the channels and the regions disappear. So basically, this doesn't really help our data, but you can see how filtering your data and unfiltering your data actually affects your other data as well. Because since you've got 4 columns over here, manufacturer, country, channel, and region, even though I just took out the values of manufacturer, the filtered data that I already had, the country, the channel, region, also disappeared because they were based on the manufacturer value as well. So let's just close this value and let's bring in another line chart. In this line chart, what I want to do is I want to see the order date and for manufacturers, uh, maybe based on count. Let's add a channel as well. So what happens in this data is that let's just go to our settings and go to our subset, not in filtering. Let's edit them and deactivate them. So basically, when I select them, as you can see, I've got my not in filtering over here and my current filtering over here. So these are the data that I've filtered out, the red ones. And let's suppose I want to select them. So it's going to be really hard to select them if I didn't select that option. But now I can just click on a set of data that I want to select from my current filtering instead of selecting the ones that are not in the current filtering. Let's see what happens if I deactivate this option. Basically, when you go to edit and deactivate the deactivate option, whenever you try to select something, your filtered data will be selected as well. As you can see, your filtered data has been selected as well. So this is why that option of deactivating your data is very important, because you can also view your unfiltered data. However, you might want to mark your current filtering data, which is why you might need to deactivate your option of unfiltered data on the back end. So I hope you've understood how to work around with unfiltered and filtered data and the shadowing options as well. And I hope to see you in the next lesson as well.